Namaskar, I myself Dr. Dinkar Vasekar, speaking through the Nurse Shardul channel. You see, we Indians, particularly Indian voters, elect the representative in the form of either M.L.A. or in the form of M.P. to look after the interest, welfare and development of the ourselves or the people. It is supposed, according to the constitution, that after election, the particular representative, either in the form of member of the assembly or the parliament, should look after the various welfare, developmental and other schemes which are in the interest of the people. But now what is happening nowadays? We are watching with irritation and with nervousness about the nature of the working of these people, elected people. They, instead of doing the welfare of people, instead of looking after the developmental activity of the people, these elected representatives are amassing the wealth, are adopting the corrupt practices, and they are looking the interest of their own people, their family and themselves. In this way, nowadays, the corruption among the elected representatives is spreading like the wildfire. Now what should be done? Now people can't do anything after election because they have got the only one chance, and according to which they use that chance to elect the people. To eradicate the corruption among these elected representatives, even the law has been made or laws have been made to see that the members don't adopt corrupt practices, and if adopted, they are debarred from the office, they are debarred from the parliament or the assembly. Even then, even after that, why the corruption is rampant, increasing among the elected representatives or the lawmakers? Now in 2019, according to one data, out of total elected representatives, 43% are found guilty of corrupt charges and other crimes. Now what should be done? Law may take its own course, judiciary may take its own course, but is there any way out for the general public, general voter to get rid of these elected representatives? Or is there any way out to see that proper elections are held so that corrupt persons are not elected? Yes, there are the ways. First way is the people should mobilize themselves. People should start the movement to get rid of such malpractice persons or such persons who are of corrupt nature. And these are the remedies already provided by the various nations' constitutions. So in brief, we try to find out how to check these corrupt practices of these particular representatives which are elected by the people, either in the form of, say, M.L.As or in the form of M.Ps. Just we'll try to understand one by one. Before that, I would like to request all the viewers to like this video, see in detail, see whole the video and subscribe it and convey it to other people also. So what are the ways available to the people to get rid of such corrupt practices of the M.L.As or not to elect such persons who are of corrupt nature? First, we'll try to understand. You see, according to the American Constitution, the elected president can get elected for the post of president for the 2 terms only. Means any person who has contested and won the election for 2 terms cannot contest the election for 3rd time. Only for 2 terms the person who is elected is debarred for 3rd time or not allowed for 3rd time. So any person who wanted to contest any election should be allowed to contest and win the 2 elections or 2 terms only and not for the third term. Then second we will see, in some countries like in Australia, the voting is compulsory. It means 100% voting is compulsory. If not, then the voter is fined, he is penalized, she is penalized for not voting. This law is there to see that the 100% voting helps to elect the proper person and not any person who is having the corrupt tendencies. Now in India, the law can be made for the 100% voting, but it will not be feasible. And also I recommend it should not be made, because in India, at least 30% of the total population, 30% of the total voters, they are migratory in nature. What does it mean? It means 30% of the total population of the India is migratory in nature and migrate from one place to another throughout India, throughout year, and is now available at a particular place for a particular time of the voting. So what is the way out here to the people, or what can be done by the people or voter in this case? We should come together and request and ask for the people to maximum vote for the maximum voting, or we can say that people should encourage others to vote and elect the proper person, so that it is seen, or it can be seen, that the maximum voting is done. At this level, or regarding on this point, the Election Commission of India is doing very good work. Just during election, it advises, requests and publicates and publishes the matter regarding the voting. The Election Commission requests all the voters to vote up to the maximum age and have a maximum percentage of voting. That is the good thing done by the, or it is good thing being done by the Election Commission. On that basis, the Indian voter should see that the maximum voting is done. Because of maximum voting, the voter, the elective representative person, or who wanted to contest the election, will have to approach the maximum people irrespective of caste, creed or religion, and you will have to have the contact with all other people, so that there will not be caste bias voting, there will not be muscle power, and money power will play the least role in this matter. So maximum voting, maximum percentage and maximum share of the people, particularly voters, will help to elect a proper person, and chances of minimizing the corruption are very more. Now third thing, what it is, you see, according to, for example, some constitutions of states, particularly Switzerland, here what is the procedure? You see, there is a provision. Say for example, the person has been elected by a constitution. After election is over, if the 10% of the voters of that constituency find that the person whom they are elected is adopting the criminal practices, is having criminal tendencies, and is causing loss to the nation and the constitution in general. So such 10% people, at least 10% people of that constitution can come together and give the written statement to the government. Government take the cognizance immediately and start the inquiry against such corrupt elected person, and if found guilty, the necessary action is taken and the re-election is held in that constitution. If this procedure is adopted by the Indian government or Indian electoral system, or is law is made accordingly, then the person will fear, will see that if we do the wrong, then people will punish us. So this type of the law should be made. Before or till the law is made, the people can see that the corrupt person is not elected. Then fourth thing is that, you see, in our Indian constitution, there is a particular provision. What is that? You see, our constitution makers aware of they were aware of the fact that during politics or during the election period particularly, it may not be possible to elect the proper person or person of a thorough knowledge or good character. Person using money or muscle power may get easily elected. So, what should be done? Because in the parliament or in the, for example, assembly, there should be the good people having the knowledge and working experience. If such persons are not there in the either assembly or parliament, then the good laws will not be made or there will not be good decisions. So, what could be the way out? So, there is provision in the constitution to nominate some quota, some members by the president, and also to nominate some members as a legislative members by the governor at state level. Why this provision is made at the central level or at the state level? Just to see that some good persons are elected to the either parliament or for example for the assembly. So, the criteria is applied there. What that criteria is applied there for the nomination of such members either by the governor or by the president? First thing, that the person who is to be nominated on recommendation of Council of Ministers should have thorough knowledge in either art or in the science or in the literature or in the social service or say for example in the cooperative sector. If such person is not having the deep knowledge, then at least such person should be of a reputed nature and should have a thorough working experience in either art or in the science or in the literature or in the social field or in the cooperative sector. If either of these two conditions, means having thorough good experience, working experience or knowledge in either of these subjects is found in any person, then such person through the council of member, the governor can nominate for either the parliament, say either for the assembly or president for the, say for example, parliament. This person after nomination will be declared as a elected person. This practice can be adopted in India today also. It is a bounden duty, it is a bounden moral duty of the political parties to see that the person who they wanted to contest the election from any constitution should have thorough knowledge or very good experience. Then and then such type of the person, that to having the moral ground, should be allowed, should be recommended to contest the election, that too for the 2 terms. Then there will be least chance of the entering the criminal minded persons in the election area, in the election field. So these are some of the ways with the help of which people can move, can start the movement and rid out such criminal tendency, and our parliament or the assembly will be having a free, particularly crime-free, corrupt-free elected representatives. I think, I am sure that you are liked this video. You will subscribe, or you should subscribe, or I request you to subscribe this video and convey the ways how to get rid of such corrupt persons who are either to be elected or who are already elected, and way out to make our either assembly or for example parliament corruption free, crime free. धन्यवाद, नमस्कार.